I said, here's the deal. Somebody's fucking with us. If anything weird happens,
Like,
Hey,
well,
the
maybe
video-
I'm gone.
Steven, the video got canceled.
so-
So you're gonna have to fix that.
The video got canceled?
Yeah, so you're gonna have to combine them.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Or just parts.
I thought you meant it got canceled, like, all of
somebody
that
lock
was
the
just
door?
gone.
No. We just didn't
Oh,
get
that
deleted. We just have to combine the videos.
I gave you a rock. The rock that has the light on it, and I said focus on this. If anything goes,
David.
focus on that rock.
And Dom.
Alright, wait,
What's
what
going on in the
No, me retarded. You
No, I'm
David.
retarded.
No, Dad.
That's all.
You're just watching, just like, you gotta know it.
Oh, at the campfire, I could tell that somebody somewhere, something was fucking with us. So I've just been psyching myself up mostly.
The moment you woke me up,
Oh,
I've
yes.
been thinking.
Let's look at what we know, okay?
Wait, hold on. Before anybody does anything, if anybody starts feeling that weird baby hands things, tell me. I want to know specifically.
Tell everybody.
Tell everybody.
Me first. I wanna know.
No.
I have
They're
a
gonna
plan.
tell
Just gonna
whoever's
shout it.
closest.
I have a
Yo,
plan.
baby hands. Baby hands.
But I have a plan. Don't make
Well,
it
what's
go
your
away.
plan?
Remember an episode of Adventure Time when they realized
See
that
what
Finn
they
had
have.
baby hands?
Oh, yeah, that was a good
That sounds like a bad idea.
Like every other episode, he's fine. It's normal.
Isn't that the opposite of what you
Oh my
normally
gosh,
do?
I got two
See,
nap
that is
fails
why
in a
it's
row.
still cold in here.
That sucks.
What is?
There's a fucking giant ass hole over there.
No,
In
What?
a car.
no. Do you see the window?
Yeah.
Across.
Well, that too, and it's the fucking like that gray thing is just loosely
Why don't
on
we-
top of a fucking.
Yo,
hole.
wait, if we're not sleeping, why don't we put blankets up right there while we're not asleep? The blankets will be really cold
That's a
when we
pain in
try
the
to
ass.
use them.
Well, but they would warm up.
No, they're over there being warm.
Yeah, but like they could be warm over there.
Oh, wait.
So we have baby heads.
What are they pulling to?
The girl's hand felt a lot like the baby hands.
Okay.
Were they pulling in the same direction every time?
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna sit
Apparently-
here.
Apparently, she
you-
and I were
you don't have to
friends
look
when
up.
I was a kid.
I said.
You don't know.
Fuck!
You don't remember. Okay.
So we're gonna sit here until morning because this shit's a
Like-
lot
like
easier to deal with.
Wait, do I add
Is
anything?
that good with everybody?
Oh.
So how do we want to divide up who's up? How long have we been?
I'm not gonna sleep.
I
I'm
can't
freaked
get up,
out.
dude. I can't
Bless
be
you.
up. I'm fucking losing.
Bless you.
Thank you.
My seasons are fucking
Okay.
silent.
Okay. If you guys are gonna sleep, know that I'm gonna say those guys were gone for an hour and a half.
Took me.
You,
I'm gonna be on watch for
So
this.
she has some supernatural powers. We already know that. But
Yeah.
She can like possess.
astral
You 4
projection.
hours
Yeah.
of watch.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna help you go to sleep by kind of like a mother would coo a child, you know?
Bro, I'm not sleeping. I'm
I lay you down.
we know that
And I,
we-
you know, emotionally, I don't know what the word is. I don't know why, but this is a very simple word.
You calm me down. Yeah. You rub your clit on my throat.
No.
It's calming me down.
that's fun.
Not just like.
That's not what's happening. Would that be...
Oh wait, disappears.
Would that be persuasion?
So like,
Yes.
the hands.
Yeah.
So let's say 19. Okay. So you got a 19 on your side for helping you.
Should he roll
Oh,
against
so-
it if he wants to stay awake?
I do want to stay awake.
Okay, so roll against it.
Fine.
Okay, you go to sleep.
Yeah. I wish it was that easy.
But you go to sleep
Somebody said.
peacefully.
Actually, I don't think I ever said anymore. I fell asleep. Nice.
Fall asleep easily.
Woo!
Peacefully.
Yeah.
What
like,
even
getting
is
into like a
this?
rhythm
Sleep
and
is
like
something.
working out like the way I've been.
it's
I go to
just
bed.
You can't sleep.
It's all about consistency. As
I
soon
wish
as,
I knew
as,
what
soon
that
as I
was.
fuck it up,
I
like
just
I
kind
am
of go to
tonight.
sleep after like it's always like 2 weeks.
Oh man, Casey wants me to start working out.
You should.
And he does
But I get
construction.
tired.
Well,
He wants me to work out after work, but I'm already so tired.
that's good. That means you'll just grow more. You'll get
Oh,
stronger.
that's bad fun.
He wants
If
me
he
to do
works out every
Tuesday,
single day, he's gonna
Thursday,
fuck
and
up
then
his
the
muscles.
weekend.
He needs days.
Oh. You will get days off. It's not every day. Like you only need one
Yeah.
day out of the week. to get off.
No, I don't.
And I mean, one day you'll
Just
go
don't
harder,
work
and
out
the
on the
next day you'll take it a little
weekends,
easier.
Don't work out on the weekends.
No, that's the times he wants me working out the most.
Don't do it like Mondays and Tuesdays. Take like 2 days out of the
No,
week. to just not.
he wants me doing it Monday, Tuesday, the weekends. For 4
Okay.
days.
Alright.
Because I still need energy, but like,
You're trying to, like, you can't work out all the time. It's gonna fuck up your muscles.
What?
nothing.
It's not gonna fuck up your muscles.
No, that's like
It's gonna be fine.
that's actually how it kind of works.
Okay,
Like when you work out every single day.
That would
dog's
take
workload.
so much. To do.
That's actually
That would
I
take
mean,
a
dog
lot,
just
yeah.
that's close to what you're supposed to do, Connor. You're supposed to overwork
As
your
long as
muscles
you're
to
eating enough, you'll be good.
Yeah.
Hey, can everyone roll a d12 one
You're
more
supposed
time?
to overwork your muscles to the point that they rip, and then the protein
Five.
that you eat.
Sort of, yeah.
Gold.
2.
11.
5.
6.
Sick of
6.
Alright, no one got anything. We also know we have. No, we have what happened to me last
What
time.
about an 8?
What did the scroll say? What did the scroll say? Was the scroll of the awakened? Yeah, that's what the scroll ended up spelling. Okay. Oh fuck! I pull out the scroll. Does it say anything more? A few. There's no lines, but like imagine on a line like that, a few lines down, it starts to kind of like look like there's print again. It's just starting. It's kind of like it's slowly going through the lines as it would
A typewriter?
as it would a typewriter. Yeah.
Oh wait. You know what the Christy was actually asking about where the city was? She asked us where which direction it was. So maybe like she is something tied to do with that. She's tied with that city.
Circle with the purple.
Maybe she's trying. Maybe she's magic because of how she died or some shit, and she's trying to find a way to kill herself so she can like
Ah,
go
that's
to
smart.
a different.
But
So she's not just stuck on Earth or on wherever we are.
So we know.
she wanted directions.
Hey Steve, does YouTube let you edit videos and stuff together or something?
Not together.
We
Okay.
can just post it separate. It's fine.
Yeah, it ended like right after we finished up that.
Yeah, they're red.
So just kind of cut out the ends in the beginning.
Yeah.
You don't
do
even
that.
really need.
Just stop at the fifth grade.
What did the afflicted have with their eyes? They didn't have eyes.
Oh shit, Christy didn't have eyes.
But she didn't have a face either. She had a black mask for a head.
I figured it would have been a white face.
Yeah, I think you said white face.
No,
No, I said it had a
everything
white.
except the head.
It had a white like dress on.
Okay.
And it
Like
nothing for a head.
when
Is that
literally
everything
any like
for the
goats
afflicted?
from
The
scary
red, they don't
movie.
have eyes? That you know of, yeah. Okay. Oh, remember the blisters that just come and go.
Yeah,
Time to
they're
time.
like fake.
Have you ever seen any movie ever?
That makes sense.
Hey.
What?
We got a.
I'm just saying.
Sad dodge hours. Oh.
All around me are familiar
No,
faces.
If in elementary school and middle school, if I had to predict that you and I would
Hey!
become good friends in high school, I would be like, nah,
Nah,
that's never happened.
Nah. That fucking weird.
That was
That
nah.
fucking weird as shit
Nah,
guy.
retard,
I played
nah.
D&D with him in his van. That was it. Our van. Fuck.
No, that was back when I was still an NPC.
Okay.
My mom shoveled
So-
out my shit with a spoon.
Um,
NPC talk right there.
I suck my own dick.
It's my backstory.
Wait, have you actually like successfully sucked your own dick?
Yeah.
Once.
Yep.
Bro,
One time.
bro, bro.
What the fuck?
It's
not worth
odd.
it. It's not worth
It's
it. It feels more like you're sucking someone else's dick.
yeah.
meter res in podcast.
You didn't know that? I thought I told you guys.
That's fucking
amazing.
weird,
Yeah,
dude.
I can't do it anymore though. Ever since I started working with Casey, my flexibility is just.
You tried
You gotta
recently?
stretch.
I do,
He's like-
but
every
like it's
day
been
he's
it's
like-
declined from where I
Dude,
was.
you know, it's like
'Cause I had,
2
like,
weeks
no
work.
muscle.
Like you gotta be persistent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Every night you have to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Shit. But I had like no muscle, so I could flex a lot more.
I got cancer
Bro, like, did you
and
have that like
tumors.
crappy back pain?
For a while?
Yeah.
While you were
Yeah.
practicing? Oh,
I
yeah.
thought I was fucked for the rest of my life.
It's fine.
But no, it goes away.
I got like 60.
Okay.
It's stopped,
I tried.
spending an hour every... Fuck you, reflection. A car was
Yeah,
going
I
that
saw
way.
that light too.
And it
Every single
reflected,
time I
and
think
it
it's
looked
cop
like
car
it was,
lights.
Flashlight.
But yeah, being like this for an hour every night, practicing, slowly getting closer.
Oh wait, you did it that way?
Oh yeah.
How
No,
did you
no, no.
fucking do it?
I just folded
I
myself.
put my
in half.
feet behind my
I-
ears and it
Did
just
you do
kind
the
of
thing with the
wiggled
wall?
around a little.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where you climb up the wall and then. Yeah.
Okay.
I researched this shit. 'Cause
No,
I
yeah,
really
so did
wanted
I.
to do it.
Oh my god, what the
I
hell?
looked up like best ways to suck your dick and
No,
tried
I-
each one every
Yeah,
night.
Okay, I tried it
Yeah.
once just because I heard about that one guy who disappeared for a while, and it was like, hey, he just got rid of his 2 lower ribs so he could suck his dick. I was like, I wonder if that is possible even with those 2 lower ribs. So I
It is,
tried,
it
and
is.
I was able
Not
to.
worth it.
I was able to get close to it.
Then you realize there's
No
a dick near my
suckage.
face.
No suckage.
Well, like it sucks because
Not
it's always
that
like
flexible.
right there, you know. But it's just it can't get any closer. It's right
Get
there.
it right now.
You try to reach.
I
for
can't
it.
even touch my toes without bending my knees. And you guys are fucking.
I
was able to suck my own dick once.
You don't need
no,
to.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
You're in a relationship. You don't need to suck yourself
You have
off.
somebody else for that.
Yeah.
I don't need to try. I got a bunch of orphans in my basement.
Oh,
My
yeah.
fucking slave.
It's all coming together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's all coming
My
together.
orphan meat grinder.
You can't suck the
Oh, yeah.
suck.
It's all coming together.
was about to make that joke.
Fuck you, nigger. I made it first.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Oh yeah. I'm sitting here like trying to connect the dots and you're just like.
I stuck my own dick.
So,
Big pee-pee.
I'm gonna say that you guys sleep through the night. The shifts go off relatively uneventful. Everyone except for David's character and Connor's character are on edge about everything. You two are
just,
slow.
like,
You don't even get up. You're sound asleep.
Yeah, and I make sure he's not taking second shift. I'm gonna make sure he's nice and comfy.
Dodge just like patting.
I'm gonna
him on the
cast sleep every now and again.
Don't get jealous, but I need to make. I gotta share the love, okay? It's about the love.
So you guys
Can
get
Gabe and I be
through
cuddling?
With me in the center. With me in the center.
All right, yeah.
Yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
The
Have that
next-
clit warming me up.
Oh
Nice.
my god.
Oh my god.
It's not canon.
It's not getting.
Excuse me. So you guys wake up in the morning, and not a whole lot happens. Who was the last person on shift? You think it's David's character?
I guess so.
We're doing shift by 2.
Oh yeah, those two at the same time. All right, so you guys all get up, right?
What did me and you talk about while we were on shift? Did you just do your thing and I was just focusing on
You're not going to.
Oops.
Like, if
Gabe's
you
character
did,
was
I
was
usually
just sitting there like I haven't made any connections. I'm sitting there
That
like,
knife is
Yeah,
fucking
right
badass.
fuck.
Yeah, I really like that.
I'm just patting your back
It
and watching.
helps grow like callus.
Pepper
right
skin.
there.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Like so you know that scar right there? That used to go onto my thumb too. But,
So
like,
you
I
guys
chewed the
see-
skin off, so it just like
Oh, this guy
migrated.
doesn't have a scar?
Yeah.
You guys see the sunrise.
Sunrise!
Hello, Mr. Son. You know that? You know what?
Here we are, sun setting. Oh wait, what was it?
You guys remember the sun from Teletubbies?
Why was that so
was,
funny to
like,
me?
up in his face and it was fucking creepy
Here we are,
as shit.
sunset and candy.
Yo, Teletubbies was actually
hold up,
scary.
son.
I know, it fucking scared the shit out of me.
OTA.
That's why I watched it all the time.
What?
That was
Teletubbies. Because that fucking sun scared the
right?
shit out of me. I was like, I can't be fucking scared of this for the rest of my life.
Here we
Just
are,
watch
sunset and
Teletubbies all
candy.
Was that Korak Mountain?
Now I'm not
or was
scared of that
Korak
sun
Mountain with Mark
Because I know I can beat the shit out of
Korak
this.
Mountain is the mountain your dad sent you to the ground to. Right.
Teletubbies theme
Dude,
song.
Yes.
The Wiggles used to
West
make like
Memphis.
some actual
That was-
poppers though.
He said that
Yeah.
Wait, I'm not
regarding Mark Holiday, right?
Wait, that's the other one.
Yes.
Stop,
Regarding
stop,
something to do
stop.
Oh yeah, the
Don't
Wiggles
keep
were
that.
great.
What is it, son?
Teletubbies theme song.
I think
Why is it just a
probably, like,
baby?
I have this paper.
That's what I think of every
Writing,
time someone says
and I have to
sunrise.
scroll out
That
next
fucking
to
baby
those.
Here we
sunrise.
are, sunset and
Dude, turn it down.
I can't hear.
Where?
I have the scroll
Turn
out
off your
while I'm
nigger
looking at
ass
this.
phone.
Yo,
Oh,
I can't
Glance at
hear
it.
again because you're talking.
We glance at it like every 3 seconds to see if anything else is appearing.
At the paper with that.
On the scroll.
Okay. You got an A and an F coming from it right now.
You pretend to look at the hands, but they show it closer.
No fuck.
I'm so sound asleep.
I'm fucking coughing my lungs out because my cancer.
I'm gonna wake
Can
up
you-
and I can't.
I do that
Wake
because
up,
of
my sweet
Ebola.
child.
Can I let?
I'm not.
You're older than me.
All cancers.
Wake up, my sweet
Giant
child.
cancer. I got breast cancer. I
Instead
got
of like
fucking
resing,
fat
you just have to
cancer.
test
You're
your
Testicle
resting on me
cancer.
cross-legged.
Like one of my nuts is just
Kinda like
like
having
6
an
times
orgasm.
bigger than the other one. Like it's fucking weird, dude.
Yeah, I have to take you there.
I'm sorry. I had to.
Hey Sam, can you take a look at this scroll?
Okay. What do you want to get from the scroll? I can't. I don't know what to do. You just look at it and what?
Can you do your magic
Oh, yeah.
investigation?
Arcana
Well,
check?
it's obviously magic. It looks like it's writing itself.
Slowly, yeah.
Yeah.
Can we do it?
So there's not much I
faster?
can do past knowing it's magic.
Could you increase the speed of its writing?
Wait,
If, if she had
maybe-
some sort of time
oh wait,
span.
I probably can't say anything because I'm asleep.
No, we woke up.
Oh, I woke up. Am
Because
I
it's
awake
such
now?
time.
Woo! Okay. Can I suggest to like
Fuck
cast a
it,
light
baby.
underneath it and see if like
What?
a secret light?
It's not a bad idea.
That's why I hate babies.
Yeah, you
What?
can suggest it.
Do you have light?
Light.
You have light?
Don't
Yeah.
you have light? Do you have light? You wanna cast
And now it's
Light.
lit up.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
All right.
You just have a light underneath it.
Mending. I also have mending.
Okay?
We both cast
And then the
mending
paper.
at the same time,
And the paper is
and
made.
we happen to touch hands, and I happen
Hey.
to bust a nut.
I like how we're bringing it there for everything tonight.
Okay, there's something I kind of want to try, but
What's
I
up?
don't know about it.
Describe it.
Not like completely tear it, but just do like something like this. See if like this.
Why?
I want to know if it's like.
Just for a little bit.
Well, wait, maybe that'll make it stop.
And we can mend it.
See, that's
What
not
if that, what if that breaks it?
Probably not a good idea.
Can I call an Arcana check to see if that's a good idea? Because magic items usually don't break either way, but that's a bad Arcana check. So.
Just doesn't fall there.
See, that's what I'm thinking. It doesn't
12.
Yeah, you have no idea if it's better or not. You're like, you can do it, you cannot.
Oh, wait, can I
Don't make
check
it
for
for
that?
me.
I can check for that too.
You could.
I
It
have.
says A.
I can do an Arcana check.
What is that?
Oh,
Jay's
I
got
got
it. Fuck yeah.
I got
Started
a.
A.
Let's see. Would that be plus charisma?
After.
Because I was like, that's.
Is that
my-
your spellcasting modifier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a 23.
After my.
I want to say
Dude,
it's.
I got a 23 for whatever dog is trying to do.
And what was
No,
our
wait,
sign?
no, wait. You
See
made
if
an
it was a
Arcana
good
check.
idea or
Hold
not.
up. Next
It's-
time, I
you
want to say.
Look at it and you're
Next
like, I
time
don't
we can
think
tell
it really makes a difference if we tear it or not. That's
Then let's
Alright,
not
so there's no point. Um,
Got any ideas?
what was the
Okay,
letter?
I think I'll put it in the scroll
We could
case with
continue
my scroll
walking.
pedigree. It's
That's
AF of the awakened.
I don't know.
and then AF.
If that goes.
That's all we think. It's fucking God.
Of the
Wait, is there a
after the
space
dead?
between the A and the F or no?
No. But
Of the awakened after the dead or bring
Oh, wait, Steven, am I like this? Is Gabe and I just sane now? Like we're fine?
no,
Yeah,
we're.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait,
your bars are still the same as what they were.
Because
So
awakened,
we're still, like, we're
We're still
not
kind of like.
actively creeped out, but we're still.
awakened is like, could be another name for zombies.
Yeah.
Or
After
those
they're
fucking
dead.
things in
Oh,
the
yeah.
church.
Could be
You
making
know
a
what?
poem
Christy
to
could be one
describe-
of the awakened. Like she's been brought back.
Or fucking wallbreaker guy.
I don't know who that is.
The guy that.
Well,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
the
never
She
mind.
wasn't there for it.
Oh fuck. Church people.
Who did you say?
Yeah, it's like hard to explain
check that
that
out.
whole section.
I was like I was messing with Gabe.
Fucking stupid
Well,
shit.
how's-
Fuck.
Were you listening?
That's
Alright, you didn't
I'm
tell
gonna climb
me
the tree.
anything, so this is
Oh, right.
Okay.
Right.
Try to
So,
see anything in the
I'll
sky.
explain to you everything.
Alright, so you don't have to make a check.
Unless you like actually.
You climb to the top of the tree, and I'm guessing you want to get to the point where you can see like over the trees.
Yeah.
Okay, so you find the tallest tree that you can really see that seems feasible to climb. You climb as high up as you can out of it, and you look out, and it's like a perfect bluebird day, and you just look out, and you just hear like gusts of wind traveling in between the branches of the trees, and you look out and you see just this one mountain, and it's your dad didn't describe it to you, but like when you look at it, it just seems beautiful. It's just great.
The escapee? No. I want to find a better. Do you think the
I go back
escapee
down.
would be a better name for that guy that wrote this out? Or something more than just Walmart?
We'll work on it. We'll work on it. But right now we need to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Well,
I climbed up a tree. It's a beautiful day. And that way is what I assume to be Korak Mountain.
okay, with the side of that mountain from above the trees, you gain 5 more.
What brand is that? I've heard.
Haha, Jeremiah, poor
What
non,
do they make?
poor non-sanity man.
Yeah.
What is? I've
Wait,
heard of
Doug,
them
were you actually
before.
asking me to like explain what happened, or just like tell you
Uh,
character?
What's that fucking?
Oh, it was for the character.
Okay. Who needs to carve a pumpkin? It's already in the shape of a
What
vagina.
are you going off on?
That fucking pumpkin, dude.
So off we go.
Yeah.
Go we off?
Go we off.
What direction are we going?
Towards the mountain.
With the mountain. It is it's east.
Is escapee 2 E's or a Y?
2 E's.
That is
Alright,
so
so-
weird.
Like
You
employee.
come to the edge of the forest. The trees start thinning out, and you can see the like this
Jail
mass of
breaker?
land just climb into the sky.
Refugee?
And you're like, that's it. That's definitely it. Yeah.
Can we get up there? Or is it
Yeah,
too steep?
You can climb up there, but it might be a bit of a trek.
As fuck.
What did you say?
You can climb up there, but it would be a bit of a trek.
Yeah, let's
That's
do it.
Sconder.
So you guys start coming up to the base of the mountain, and you look up, and you can see this kind of area of the mountain that's been like dug inward, and it's just like this perfect cube, kind of that's just been dug into the.
No, it's the description
mountain.
of
Let's
how
go.
they
Okay,
how they affect
that's where you
us.
go.
Alright.
I have unknown.
Hey, can
it's
everyone
Sconder.
make some
Pretty beheaded.
athletic checks? Fuck!
Yeah.
I
10,
Nat 20.
Wait, can I do acrobatics?
11.
9.
12.
Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, everyone passed. And Jeremiah got a natural 20. So, you're gonna lead the group most of the way up there, and you're gonna look out of the mountain, and you're gonna be like, man, it's beautiful. And you're gonna get 10 more points. 10 points back.
Sick.
30.
I feel
It's okay.
less crazy.
Don't knock me down.
I wasn't going.
Dude. Oh,
Sorry.
damn it.
Why don't you just have the colors?
Nice. Is that 69 or
I need
96?
this little bucket.
Oh, by the way, Gabe and Jeremiah, because of that random
Either way, it
encounter,
would be 69, 96.
give yourself
That's
another
the
100 experience points.
That is
Sick.
69, and that is 69.
How much do I have right now?
Matter which way you look at it.
Yeah. So you should get one.
96, I don't even know what 96 is.
Oh, fuck, my back.
And 98. 68.
The opposite side.
So, you guys climb up to this mountain, up to the little inlet that you saw dug out of the mountain,
62.
and
Opposite side.
It's-
Not really.
eerily dark for a little bit into it, and it's not so high up, there's like not space to dig into, but it's like,
1 in 100.
it's like in the middle of it. You get up to the top, and if you look into it, it's like eerily dark, and then it looks like it goes downward.
We're fucking going out.
I found 94.
We're going in that bitch.
Going in that bitch.
Going in that
I'm
bitch.
about to
Got
I'm gonna
it.
fuck this
That's
mountain,
awesome.
I'm gonna fuck the fuck out
course
of
You
you
you.
go
cannot
from
find the woman
bad
you
shit
want
crazy
to find
to
women.
I'm about to impregnate this and I.
So bad shit crazy.
You right?
So since I'm leading it, I see this hole or like whatever we're gonna go into, and I turn back to Gabe. Yo, you wanna fuck this mountain?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna take the weird.
Wait, what's your sanity at?
30. So
Right.
this is like my sane person saying this.
Most
Not
of the
really. So wait, 96 would be 4, so if I find 4...
You get into it and you start going downward,
Where's the hell?
and it breaks from being like this poorly dug out in decline
It's 97.
to like just this
So it might be
sudden
close.
break between dirt with a bunch of support beams holding it up to like this marble kind of staircase down. It goes from just absolute
Found it.
trash dirt to just this beautiful
See,
staircase
that's
leading
nice.
downward.
What is that by? It's right next to the number 2.
You have light with you, right?
Yeah, but
Just
I
like
think,
69
but
is
we all have
really
night
close.
vision, right?
Except for
Night vision. Well, that's fine. I don't give a shit. Let's,
You right.
let's roll for stealth.
yeah, everyone should roll for stealth.
I'm
Good
fucking
idea.
good at
Yeah,
that.
it's 20.
Nice, you're invisible.
What are we rolling for?
Stealth.
10.
14.
How did you fuck us, Gabe?
I did not. I did
Wait,
not.
what? You got.
Sneak.
Okay, so Gabe, Dodge,
My
Jeremiah.
turn.
I got a 9.
Gabe got a 5. David, you got a what?
9.
9. Connor, you got
14.
14. Dodge, you
This
got
should
a
have a
20.
spider.
Jeremiah, you got what?
10.
Kill it.
Fucking way.
Kill it.
To the left of the lamp. You see?
And you got what,
Kill
Jeremiah?
Dude, I can't see anything.
Kill it now.
Okay.
I got small arrows.
Oh yeah.
Fucking this.
I'm gonna
Oh, I
die.
see it now.
Dude,
It's
if I
just
was a
collecting.
savage, he's just
This
gonna
bitch
fuck it
think
up.
he gonna live?
Right,
That bitch
spider.
is dead.
Thank you.
That bitch hella dead.
Dead.
I hope you and your children die.
What if a
You're
bunch
dead,
of baby
but I
spiders
hope
crawled out?
So baby spiders, what are they gonna do?
Alright, so
Baby spiders are bitches.
They're gonna be funny
You guys-
as fuck is what they're gonna do.
feel like you're going down this staircase for feels like getting close to half an hour now.
Okay, does everybody have a shield?
No.
I have an idea.
Nah,
Is he shouting?
I do not have a shield.
Well, he got a 5, so yeah.
I have an idea, guys. What
Ah!
if we sled down the stairs on our shields?
I'm gonna
Think
keep
about
on
that. That'd be
silently
kinda
walking
cool.
past you.
What do you guys think of that? Might get us down faster.
I'm gonna
We don't all
kind
have
of sneak
shields.
ahead a bit.
Well, that sucks. That's a shame.
See you down
Let's
there.
all just like just stack on each
I
other.
accidentally cast thaumaturgy, and so like I'm trying to whisper, I'm like, guys, I have a really good idea.
Oh, I can.
I'm sneaking ahead of the
Prestidigitation.
party.
I can make a shield. Prestidigitation. I can make a temporary shield.
Okay. Sledding time!
Sled time.
Wait,
Alright, so you two are gonna sled down.
Yeah.
I have
And,
prestidigitation too. I could do that.
You start sledding down, right? And one
Just as you
one of
start,
the
there's
stairs,
the bottom.
as both of you two start going, one stair just kind of like rises into the wall, and there's a wall, and
In front of us.
yeah, and you both hit it.
Wait,
Ow.
is it like already risen or does it go like?
Yeah, it goes in
Am
front
I-
of them, and it
Since
just hit it.
I kind of scurried ahead a little bit, am I in
Bad
front
idea.
of or behind this wall?
You're in front of the wall.
What are we supposed to do? Stealth?
But as soon as they hit the wall, it goes back down.
There
I'm
must
gonna
be,
try
like,
to do
a
ahead of them. So they.
What?
I'm gonna try to go ahead of them so they should give
I
shit.
heard that.
fuck
That's
shit up.
not. That's pretty
These two.
smart.
You're
Oh.
doing it.
Okay.
Like,
So-
I wonder if it fucks us if we go below this.
You go.
Oh, and when I'm going, I like tapping. I'm like,
Are there vines or anything on the walls?
No, it's just this. It's like a pristine marble.
And how far down can we see? Just like this.
60 feet.
It looks like you're probably getting closer to the bottom at it.
Except for you. You're
Is-
following
is
those
Connor-
two because
So actually, David,
Yeah, is Connor just like?
since you're curious, roll a flat 20.
Can't you just like
18.
light me a spell?
All right, you're probably like, well,
Or cast
I
spell
can
or
give it to
something?
you, but I'm
about
gonna be away
100
from you
steps
because
away
that'll
from the
actually
bottom.
dim how far I can see.
We're probably about 100 steps away from the bottom. Don't know how I know that.
So by the
Probably
time
about
they're on
that.
like step
Alright.
40, me and him are gonna.
I have
be
an
at the
idea.
all right. You guys, you're definitely a lot closer. you start hearing like this chattering at the bottom, and it's not like people talking, kind of a chattering. It's kind of like a radio static.
Oh.
Like it's like a, and then it stops, and then it's like a higher pitch. It stops again. It just kind of continues.
But
like
there's
that.
like talking.
I fucking don't trust
No,
this.
no
It's
talking.
like
It's just radio static. Like,
if radio statics were talking. Like having a conversation.
A default and ability check.
Dude, you scare the fuck out of me.
I should have done that. I should have just be guidancing people as we stealth check, but I'm dead. Very useful cantrip.
So
But I
you're
don't
telling me
use
to
it.
roll?
No, it's you have that. So it's a D4 if you need an ability check.
all right, Dodge and Jeremiah, you two are at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, we're close enough to start hearing.
okay, so you guys are basically at the bottom. So
I have
Can I
I'd
try
say
running
that you
downstairs?
all just kind of like, actually, Gabe, David, and Connor, do you want to hurry up and reach them?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so you all reach.
But they don't know where we are.
Okay,
I'm not
yes.
having these retards give away our location.
They know where Jeremiah is, because Jeremiah's average right now.
Let's ski down the thing. Let's ski. This
I
is
have-
a great idea.
Wait, before
Ball
you guys
comes
take
up
off, I'm gonna ask one of you for like a
Just like-
torch or something.
Appreciate how Dodge got a nat 20. So as soon as everyone
So
was
you
like,
have
oh,
an
hey,
adventure
we
too.
should go stealth,
Oh
Dodge
yeah,
just
I
like
do.
fucking
Okay,
vanishes. We're like, fucking okay.
I'm just gonna like
And you're
light
like,
a torch.
you like tap my shoulders, like only your hand. And I'm like, alright, okay.
I'm gonna head out.
I,
All right.
Wait, hold on.
You guys all reach the bottom at the same time. What?
I'm just gonna pull out a torch and walk. But not hurry.
Okay.
Because fuck that. I don't like that.
All right.
He wants
so
to be in the back.
everyone except
close.
you reach the bottom at the same time, and
What's
you.
the room layout?
I can
I was
see
about to say it.
Okay.
Yeah, and you come to the bottom of the staircase,
I
and
want
it
you here.
opens up, and it almost looks
Stay,
I don't want you here.
to the church that you were
stay
at,
with us.
before.
You son of a bitch.
What? There are no people in the pews this time, but there is, instead of one pastor or priest guy at the front, there's
Quiet.
two.
I wonder where we're supposed to go now.
Are they like in books or are they just like standing there looking?
I'm gonna.
One guy looks like it's the exact replica of the guy that was at the original.
I'm gonna go
church.
look for the pocket.
Okay. And as you start walking through the pews, you start hearing this radio static get louder and louder and louder, and the spaces in between the radio static decreases as you get closer. So it's like, instead of like a long pause, it's like just continuously. And you see this like these black lines kind of slither across the floor, and it's just kind of like moving. The floor looks like it's moving.
The floor is moving, not just the shadows here.
It makes the floor look like it's moving.
Burn them.
So your character feels unsteady, basically.
So that would be
Do we need
rough.
to,
What?
do we need to
terrain,
roll
technically.
to
I
keep our...
can't fucking hear.
Technically rough terrain.
Do we need to roll to
Why
keep
the
our
fuck
stealth?
would you do that to yourself?
What? Just walk down the aisle?
Give yourself rough terrain.
Because that's what it is.
Not really.
Yeah,
If
you
you
can
perceive
see
it
rough.
Yeah, not
It's
really.
kind of just like one of those things where, like, if you start running,
Have you been to the tunnel of scary
it's kind of like an optical illusion, so
No,
you
I've
might
never
lose your balance even though it's a flat floor.
Have you guys been to the tunnel of
It's
scary
not-
Should we like roll for?
It's weird. It makes you
No, not unless you're running.
But to keep the sneak, yeah.
Just don't look at the
I
ground.
can't keep track of all the people talking to me at once. What?
Right.
What did you say?
To keep the sneak so you don't like, because if you're wobbly when you're trying to be sneaky, it's gonna fuck up your.
Yeah. If you're trying to get out of a situation quickly while you're sneaking, then
Oh, okay. It's when you try to get out of the situation. Got it.
and so you're going by yourself up there quickly.
Kind of quickly.
All right.
I'd probably
Um,
slow down when the ground starts looking
all
like
right.
it's moving.
And you look down at the ground and you see all these, like these black lines slithering across the ground, and then one of them just kind of like pops out of the ground and grabs your ankle and pulls you into a pew.
Oh,
I am the
I'm so happy I'm not there for this.
Jesus, fucking go.
I'm gonna take my shield out. As I crouch.
I'm going.
Connor, you're in the back. And you're like getting down to the bottom of the staircase, and as you take your step into the church-looking area, the wall behind you that would go to the staircase just comes up as quickly as it did for the walls when they were sledding on their shields.
Fuck.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm
Anyway.
doing
So
I
can I
see the
ready
slither
myself to
You don't
walk?
see him yet, but you see Gabe and the rest of the party run to just some pew. You don't know
Oh wait,
where
everybody
David
got
is.
caught?
Just David did. But Gabe ran to David.
Okay, can I ready myself to defend myself against one of those?
Nice, David.
Knife was closed. No worries.
Good.
Nice.
Okay. Is he still there when I get there?
David, you might want to listen. When you get to the pew that David's at, because David decided to run ahead so quickly, you get to there, and David's kind of like holding on to the side of the pew, and this like black slithering thing is accompanied by other ones that are slithering next to it, but this one is like off on the ground and like a straight line pulling straight, and then it breaks left like a 90-degree angle, and then goes under the pew.
Okay. I take my shield and I like smash into the spot where it's grabbing him. So like just before it touches him, I'm like fucking on the side.
Fucking cutting at it.
Just
Don't you have a knife
Captain
for
American
this?
style.
Okay.
Don't you have a knife for this? Or
yeah.
axe or something?
Yeah, but it's cooler
But
if
I
I hit
want
it
a
with
free
my-
hand because if he gets grabbed, I want to be able to catch him. You know.
So you keep hitting it, and like it doesn't really let go, and then it thickens a bit where you're hitting it, and then the rest of it starts thickening from that point.
Prestidigitation, like fire, right there. Prestidigitation.
Okay.
You gotta light something on fire.
And
Prestidigitation.
Yeah, it's gotta be like.
it looks like
candles
it's
or-
getting
Lighting it
stronger.
on fire.
And David,
Yeah,
your
but it doesn't
arms
do
at
damage.
this point
It's gotta
are
be
starting
all
to like actually really strain because it's pulling you really fucking hard now.
Okay.
Is he still standing up?
Okay.
No, he fell on the ground. He's holding onto a pew while it's trying to pull him across the ground.
I'm gonna take your
Can I
guy.
try to cut it?
Is it
Yeah,
on
you
his
can-
leg? Wait, are you wearing
Twisty
boots?
Wait. Am
Oh yeah, you're there right now with the twisty,
Cool,
You wearing boots?
the twisty boy, and it's going. You know the 3D models of DNA?
Shoes on.
It's kind of
Yeah.
going like that quickly, but it's like it just kind of goes to that point, and then it looks really cool right now. You stab
The
into
demon
it.
stops, look over, and is like, nice.
Sick.
Sick
That's
knife.
That's nice.
That's sick.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So does he cut through it?
Yes. You stab into it, and the knife breaks apart from its point and kind of wraps around it and starts cutting at it, kind of like scissors, and then pulls it apart.
That's
And it-
fucking sick.
And it like pulls
Demon knife.
and it kind of pulls it apart, and the black mass that comes out of this arm is like absorbed into the helix.
Okay.
So
I
instead
took the
of
knife away.
like your like what you did when you killed your shadow earlier in the game, instead of it dissipating out to the sides and just going into nothing, that same kind of effect happens when you stab into this, but instead of going out, it kind of just towers over and into your helix.
Interesting. Okay. I put the knife away and dragged David out of the view.
Okay.
Time to walk.
That's not even funny. That's funny. Sorry.
Time to walk.
Time to walk.
Just imagine. I guess what's actually I'm imagining David happening in real life, and that's David's reaction.
Time to walk.
He's totally silent as he's being dragged, like,
Motherfucker.
and then he gets up. Time to walk. And throws it off. Now it's funny, isn't
I
it?
feel like that's something I would do. Though.
Yeah. Just fuck. Time to walk.
Time to walk.
Yeah.
Oh, this is happening now.
What?
Dipper, are you okay?
Yeah.
Time to walk.
You right?
Time to walk.
No, he's not okay.
All right.
Wait, while that is
He's
going
having
on,
time in his
and we see that David is okay, could Dodge and I be looking at the pews? Because like sometimes they have the Bibles in the back of the pews for people like.
These ones, it's you went there for the description of the last one, so it's an almost identical church compared to the one that the party was at last time when you weren't here. These pews are just like these old wooden benches that just go along the length of the room. They stop in the middle for about 5-6 feet, and then they go back to the other end of the room from that. And it's just this wooden built bench.
Like no cushion or anything, just wood.
No, it's just wood. Anyway,
I'm gonna withhold you.
so you're going to investigate the pews.
Roll for defense. Ready yourself for defense. And you do notice that I have my shield out.
I'm still like.
I'm just walking towards the altar, I guess.
Okay, you have your torch out, right?
I've got
Okay.
checking everything.
Alright.
Are you gonna go up to the pews? And maybe down to the altar at the end too?
Just to check things out. I'm not touching.
Wait, is a firebolt something I can like hold in my hand?
Not really, no. I just let you do it earlier because I didn't really care that much.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
It would
We just
Maybe it'd be something that like you could practice and learn later.
Yeah, I mean I'm a demon.
I got all the time in the world, as much as a human.
Unless we become immortal. Which we might. If we meet our mom, we might just like
Be immortal.
You just gotta fuck a lot of
Bro, we gotta
bitches.
go for it. What would that do? Anyway.
Which honestly,
why
we
would
get
you,
sucked
why
into
is that
so
not
Connor,
a
How
goal?
about that's
Connor,
like,
your
that's like our
character,
side mission. You know, we're kind of like
instead
the
of
our
with them.
personal quest.
hearing
Like,
this
yeah, yeah. That's
like
what we're
radio
involved- that's what we're
static
driven to be
in
on this
bits at the end of the room, you hear it strongly and constantly at the end of the room, and as you get closer to the front, the static starts to kind of fade away.
is that static? Can I go back to the source of it?
Wait, you say
Check
when
this
like we
shit
look
out.
away, it phases?
No, for,
He's
for
flip-flops,
David's
man.
character, when David gets closer to the altars at the front of the room with the two pastors, the static gets really
Saw
strong,
that.
and then when Connor's at the opposite end of the room, the static is really strong.
I just wanna.
What about
like knocking on shit?
Yeah.
You guys don't hear the static in the same way they do. You hear the static as a constant, like,
Kind of like the generator.
no, as like a constant,
I just now started.
happen. It's just always happening, but it's in intervals. It's like an interval of static, silence, static, silence, and it's all perfect intervals, and there's no like.
Doesn't skip a beat.
I wanna go to where it's loudest for me and just like knock on where it is.
It's just at the end of the room.
Just
Yeah,
knock it
I'm
on the
still
wall.
Knock
continuing
on
to the
the
altar.
move.
Knock on the wall.
I'm still continuing to the altar.
Yeah.
Still continuing to the altar.
But slowly.
And we're continuing towards
Well,
the
we'll see if
altar
anything
like
happens.
10 or 20 feet behind me.
So David
So wait,
baits.
David is like
I
right
love
there.
it.
And me and him are
Gabe's,
stealth.
if Gabe's following me, I don't know.
chill with David.
So you and
You
David.
do a bait.
So yeah, you and I are just kind of like, fuck, we're gonna have to fight something.
You and
We're
David
following them to the front.
are
Oh,
going
chill.
up to the
Okay.
altar, and David, you're now
Just ready.
right next to these two pastor priest looking guys, and the one that you recognize, the identical one to the one at the church before. This time
No pocket.
he doesn't have a pocket, and the coat that he was wearing before now, instead of opening up and revealing the underside of his body, is now closed, and it's kind of like a trench coat without pockets.
I checked
Like
the other
a,
one.
like a priest robe.
What does the other one look like? What? Describe the other one.
I was going to.
Well, yeah, you start talking.
Yeah, he asked, dude. David's a cat.
David gets mad at nothing.
Because he's probably already about to describe it.
Yeah, so why'd you say it?
Because Gabe started talking.
Now you're the one interrupting
What the
him.
fuck?
Just drop it.
It's fine. Whatever. The one next to the recognizable priest is tall and has a very defined jawline and it doesn't
Spanish.
look like a
I can't speak
like
Spanish.
someone, a being that you would
I can count
recognize
to two.
from home or really anywhere on your continent or in your city. They just don't look like they fit in. They're taller.
Are they black?
You don't know.
I was
Isn't it
gonna
made of
ask if they were
stone?
white.
You have no fucking clue if they're black or not.
Does he have a big nose?
What does that
Big,
matter?
small.
No, it's
like this.
proportional to his face.
Is
He's got
this
a
Dio?
huge dick.
Is this Dio?
No.
Oh wait, is this the
Oh yeah,
the
you don't.
dude that?
God damn it, you
Renee-
guys haven't seen JoJo.
Renee
No.
or whatever.
What?
I
What
don't
the
know
fuck
that guy.
even is that?
Okay.
Maybe it's
What are you looking for?
Anyway,
the
he looks.
Henry guy.
Henry. No, I got nothing on Henry.
Or wait, the dude that we were supposed to meet. Oh, Mark.
Mark Holiday. Yeah.
It's not Mark. We've
I
seen
don't know
Mark.
who Mark is.
Anyway.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. Hi, Mark.
I have to pee again.
Nice. He You remember reading the books? Your character, Gabe, remembers reading books with your dad when you were a kid. He was only 20 years younger, but he's approaching 90 now, so he's probably about 73 in those memories. You remember reading a book with your dad. It was about the elves and the orcs. And the way that the book described the elves almost matches this figure perfectly. Just this tall, stoic being with some pointier ears.
You know what's funny? You
What?
said pointy. Did you say pointy ears before?
Pointier ears.
But did you say that before now? Because I didn't even catch that.
I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Oh,
I think it might be an elf, you guys. Maybe
Oh,
this guy's an elf.
No? I'm
Is there any?
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I can't talk.
I'm a half elf.
Is
How
there
did we
a
wake them
resemblance?
up last time? How did we?
Didn't? Well, a lot of light. And then they moved,
Light.
but they didn't wake up.
Somebody cast light.
Are there candles in this room?
You know, the two people that cast light, you don't know where they are. Because
You cast light, and the figure that Gabe is looking at, the one you were examining, it's from the top to the bottom instead of just kind of sporadic and wherever. It starts to dissolve and it breaks away, kind of like, you know that sand that they cut for those videos now, like those satisfied videos?
Uh-huh.
Oh
it
yeah.
It kind of breaks away like that, but
Magnetic-
from like all
magnetic-
sides.
magnetic sand.
Oh.
Is there like
It's
definite
like
points? Or is
falling
it
away.
just
Yeah, it starts falling away. And the one that David was examining, just kind of like, it doesn't crack like it did before. It just kind of like gets tighter. It shrinks a little bit in size.
Okay.
Are there keyholes on the altars? Like, is
No,
there,
there's not.
Like,
so
I
like,
remember my important role.
Years of academy training wasted.
Hours
Why
of
did my
D&D.
shotgun just die on me? There we go.
Because it's a nigger.
nigger.
So wait, these guys weren't alive?
No,
They were just there?
they're like pests.
Just like, not fucking
Well,
Is there any,
wait,
the
you mean
snakes on the floor, are there any points where they're like
Concentrated?
yeah. See, how do you come up with this
Um,
stuff?
Pretty sure most of it is improv.
the snakes on the floor
That's impressive.
come from. You can't really tell from the altars behind the first one, but the first altar, the snakes kind of come from the centers of the altars and then break away out to the sides. And they just kind of go wherever from the centers.
Got it.
This room, the static starts to dissipate, and it just kind of like grows back to that silence that you two are very familiar with, that you remember from the woods with Christy. grows to that eerie silence. The snakes. What?
I tap my foot
You
just to make a sound.
You tap it just to make a sound.
That seems like something a crazy person.
I'm not crazy.
The dummy thick heart.
Don't say that.
dummy thick
What a
heart.
crazy
God
person
damn it!
it
I
is.
would. You know what's sad? I just thought I remember hearing that from somewhere, but I don't remember where. And that's a really good impression of what I remember.
That's because it was me.
Dude, as soon as you said with that I was like, oh shit! Wait, I know this play. And then like everything was like, whoa.
When I said it,
enjoyed
it's
so
the
much.
first.
It took you a while. I got
First time
that
I was taking care of
immediately.
Huh?
I got that immediately because I remember reading that story and loving the hell.
No, yeah, me too. Like that's what I'm saying.
Was what I said. Like, I think it was his eye.
I got that
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
the
yeah.
I'm not crazy
He was a
because I
good man.
remember that very specifically that it kept on repeating it. Yeah. It was good. That's a good fucking story.
Connor, do you want to go to the altar? Because you've been tapping around on this wall for a while, and it just sounds like solid marble. Nothing changes
I'm gonna get the fuck away from now.
from the wall.
Don't ever. He's just gonna leave.
You want to stay away from the altar.
No,
Are you
go
a bard?
to the altar.
You want to go to the
away
altar.
from the thing that's making the
David,
sound.
you're a bard,
Okay.
right?
You start getting away
Wanna
from the
play
altar,
some
and as you get
tunes
closer
and
to the group, the
Break the
static
silence.
that has been plaguing your ears
beatboxing.
goes away. It stops. The static that's just
So it's
non-stop
heavy
static
breathing.
just kind of fades to nothing.
That's not.
That's not helping.
No, that doesn't help much.
You know, it's also annoying.
Oh.
So, Connor, you get closer to the altar now, right? And is anyone facing the wall or watching Connor walk to the group?
Sure.
I'm being
let's see.
receptive as possible.
Okay,
Yeah.
since I'm
You notice.
how about since I'm kind of like already on my toes about everything.
Yeah,
like,
me and him are on our toes.
yeah, we're like,
Like we're like less focusing on what they're doing and more focusing on
That's right,
every
yeah, like
general
what the
life.
fuck's going on?
So as Connor walks closer to the group, you notice behind him that the walls kind of start shifting and blocks of the wall come out, and then it mirrors the side of the room that you're on to a key on the other side of the room.
I look at Dodge to see if he's looking at
Where's
the
the
same
key?
thing.
What's the key on the other room?
No, to a key. It's phrased.
Or to a T.
Oh.
to a T. I don't know how it is.
Why do you say key? What the
I'm
fuck? is
tired, dog.
To raise my sanity points, can I look at Dodge to see if he's like looking at the same thing?
Yeah.
And then like it confirms it, like I'm
It
seeing
won't
that.
raise it, but it won't bring it down.
Hey.
And you notice it, and roll perception checks, please.
All of us are just them.
Just those two people are looking at it.
Well,
Okay, you don't have to be very perceptive.
15.
So, yeah, you don't have to be very perceptive. You definitely can. You both notice almost immediately as these walls shift and change, and then mirror your side of the room, that there are exact copies of each of you standing in stone in the same way that you saw at the church before, examining the room. And when you're looking at it, you make eye contact with the stone version of you.
Because they're gonna be looking. Yeah.
you're looking at us.
Hey, wait, what about me? Because I'm walking away from it.
You're walking away. You don't. It's a silent shifting of these marble walls.
Right, but I mean, like, is there a copy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody's
it's a copy. It's a copy of you
It's his copy
walking toward this other stone version. Everything's
Oh,
stone.
so it's what we're doing now.
Yeah.
So they're
it's
moving.
what you were doing in that moment,
Can I,
and then
do I like,
it's frozen. It's like a moment frozen in time, like a picture in stone.
okay.
So his
So wait,
thing's
is
not
the
moving.
stairway down?
No, his isn't moving, and as he approaches you guys, his stone copy is stone.
Is the staircase gone now?
Yes.
Do we notice this when we don't find the key?
You notice this as you look up from the dudes that are falling into sand. Yeah, you're like, what? Hold on a second.
You weren't supposed to do that.
I want to walk over there.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
How about-
I don't know.
So like, I shout to everyone.
Where
Or I
do
don't shout, but I say like, hey guys, don't cross that line.
I'm
Like
walking
we don't know what's
towards
we don't
mine.
know what's
Like,
over
once I
there.
saw it, I
Well,
saw it.
fuck on
That's
that.
where
You
the
walk
stairs
directly
are.
towards yours?
No, the stairs are gone.
Okay.
That's where they were.
So it's
That's
an
what they
out,
spent.
like,
Right?
the
But
entire
still,
thing
like, what-
expanded, or
Those dudes turned into stuff.
No, it didn't expand. It just that side of the room where Connor was, where the wall was, it all
Right.
just you watched it silently shift into a copy of what you
so
were.
the middle of the
in.
room was.
The pews also are backward from where that point was, so it's like
They're all stone too.
So it's like two
No,
pews that are like right next to each other or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go right to the center and kind of just do a little tap poke to make sure it's not some mirror that I'm gonna jump into.
all right, you poke and your arm just goes straight through the air. And you're like, all right,
There's air there.
you walk
how
in.
about
The air.
how about
Aim towards mine.
You walk past Connor's stone replica.
Oh yeah, if need be.
Yeah, he's in the center. You walk past Connor's stone replica as
Keeping
sneakily
my
and
eye.
as silent as possible.
Keeping my eye.
And you notice right away that the eyes where Connor's character would have eyes, there's just these like holes.
Okay.
I
don't like
I
that.
got
and
an
they're
idea.
gonna be on the middle.
Alright. I did, Tom.
All right, so you're going to your character still.
Mhm.
All right, you walk through the pews, and instead of there being these black lines that just kind of slither in and out of the pews, there's this kind of just this black essence that just kind of crawls out of the ground and goes back in, but it's not 3D. It's just two-dimensional on the ground, kind of like a projection. It just looks like it's coming up at you.
Is it directly like centered on?
It's not centered on anybody. It's just this sporadic black.
And is that on the other
Yes.
side too? Is it like
No,
snakes
on the
or
other
like-
side, it's still these black lines that slither across the ground.
So can I investigate my guy?
You can investigate your person.
Oh,
Yes.
wait, maybe before Dodge says anything, we should all like try to gather up because with those like the slithering things,
12.
we don't want to like be split up.
12 to
Yeah.
investigate. You investigate your person, and right away you notice the same thing as Connor's. There's no eye. There's no eye, and
Just
it's
like eye sockets.
yeah. There's just eye sockets.
Is there anything in them, or it's just empty? Black.
Skull fuck
It-
yourself.
See, that's kind of what I had.
It's just this empty.
Why the fuck is that what you had in mind?
No, kinda, not exactly.
It's
What is an alteration of
if
that?
you took your eye
He's
out
like,
for a second, if you took your eye out, it would be stone from where the flesh would be behind your eye.
So I just want to walk up to myself and just like,
Someone just took a spoon and like,
right. I just want to
It's
like
just like mom's.
Not
just
down.
poke the eye
just
socket.
spoon.
Poke your own eye socket.
Just yeah. What
Not
you said,
mine.
just-
Yeah, poke your copy's eye socket.
Yes.
You
Not
poke-
very hard, but just kind of like.
Like stick it in.
It feels like sand. But it doesn't fall like sand. You just put your hand on it and it feels like sand. And if you apply pressure, your fingers go into it, and if you pull them out, it goes right back to that
So
stone
like,
state.
if water didn't fall, then
Punch
just, like-
it.
Yeah, no. See, I'm just gonna like stick my hand in it and then just bring it out. Just like.
Okay, well the top of your head is actual stone. Your eye sockets are that.
Oh,
sandy
okay,
feel.
never mind. Oh, fuck. I just want to like. Can I?
I'm gonna
swallow
reach in there and
it out?
fondle my
With Connor or Dodge or at your
I'm
guy.
probably at mine.
Okay.
I'm gonna like start fucking.
I'll be in
I
my
wanna
guy.
like try to
Man,
scoop it out.
Okay, you're gonna
I'm
be
admiring my
Look like
ass.
shit.
Man, I am one ugly motherfucker.
Okay.
I need to work out more.
Who's that handsome lad right there? I'm gonna go check him out.
You notice immediately he does not have eyeballs.
Oh, wait, do none of ours have eyes?
Even more sexy.
So I want to do the same thing with Connor did because
The
he's,
less
not,
they
he's
can
probably not
see,
telling
the
us about it.
easier it is.
And, like, I want to know about
I'm
it.
fucking like, zoned in on this.
I,
I'm like
uh,
trying to figure
How
out.
about like
Fuck.
I stick my finger deeper into the.
You
left
feel a hard substance at the very back of
I try to, like-
at like the length of your finger. You feel a hard substance.
eye. I try to like dig it out. Or pick at it.
And you pick at it a bit, and you feel like this picking in your own head. But you keep pulling and pulling and pulling, and you find this part of it's like a half helix. It's a single helix that kind of comes up, and you pull it out, and you feel just this headache come on, and as you pull it out, the headache dissipates.
Do you alert me to this?
Yeah. Okay. Yo, check this out.
Yeah.
Yo.
Wait, is this like wait? Like a helix? What do you mean by that?
You know a DNA strand, a helix?
Oh,
Is it a single
yeah,
helix or a
yeah.
double helix?
Is it a black thing?
It's a single helix.
It's a black.
What he pulled out is a single helix.
Is it a black thing?
So it's like a twisty boy.
But like one.
It's just like just one thing.
Like a
twisted.
I'm gonna be, because I was kind of
Yeah.
watching what
So
they
I'm
were
like,
doing.
okay, I'm just pulling it out.
Yeah.
Like,
Both hands.
or
You put both hands into your eye sockets.
And I'm looking for what
You can also call me
for
Lucis.
anything in there.
Lexus?
Lucis. Lucis.
Alright, you put your hand in there. No, you put your hand in
Uh,
there, and you feel this.
Over here.
You feel the same thing I described to Jeremiah. You just feel something like digging in your own head, and you feel around. You don't feel anything, and then you put your hand in there a little bit farther, and you
Maybe
feel
that's
just
the crazy
actual
coming
like
out.
rocks, like the stones in your head.
This thing.
Wait, are these
I'm gonna
tumors?
touch the knife.
I think I had to.
You touch the knife to the helix, and the blade that Jeremiah is holding turns to a blood red, and it kind of like starts squiggling a little bit, and then just stops and is this glassy red like this.
Dope,
I
upgrade.
grab a rock.
Yeah, start picking at it again.
Yeah, you can grab a rock out.
I grab the rock.
There's only two.
I grab the rock.
Okay,
I just think
you pull the rocks out.
This is my brain.
You pull the rocks out of your head, and they're eyes,
And I put 'em
and
in
they're
the
your eyes, and you put them in the socket.
right with the goo.
You put them into the socket where they go, and the stone, like the person that Gabe fought, not that Gabe fought, that like the person that was made of stone in the first church, it kind of like starts to move a little bit, and it blinks, and then the eyes fully adjust and look straight, and then they make eye contact with you, and then it silently mouths the word "thank you," and then it just kind of like starts to do the same thing that the priest did on the other side. It just kind of shrinks in mass for a second, and it just halts in stone. It just stays.
I want to reach in my head. Yeah.
I'm gonna go add this to
I
my
wanna
list.
fucking-
Can I start
This is
prodding
gonna be
around my
me
head?
Yeah.
You felt around, and that's all you found.
Okay.
It was just your thing. Gabe, you feel
Am I,
around.
am I just holding on? Wait, how long is it?
I think I described the dagger to Gabe to be about like that long.
So it's the same like.
Same
So,
But is it the same long?
Or length.
Long.
Gabe, you feel around in your head, and you feel the end of a blade that looks
feel
like
the end of
Jeremiah's, and
time.
you pull it out, and you feel the same headache come on, and then it alleviates as you pull it out, and it's just this black strand to the other side of the helix of Jeremiah's.
we can go behind that shit.
Rub them
Alright.
together.
Yeah, what up,
too.
Lucis?
You got a
Wonderful.
fusion dance.
Combine. And I use mending.
All right. The red blade kind of twists around another time, and it kind of extends into what looks like a triple helix, and it just wraps around itself at it wraps around the black blade, and it starts to spin a little bit, and then it stops, and the blade itself is complete, but it doesn't have like a handle or anything. It's just this black black single helix wrapped multiple times around in this red band.
Okay. I take out the knife and touch it to them again.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
So now I have this crazy sword.
No, it's just a
No.
blade.
It's just a blade.
You throw it at people.
Yeet. So crazy blade.
I guess my turn.
Check out my cool shit.
You're really tired, aren't you?
Oh.
Dude, I didn't find shit in my head. What the fuck?
I'm ready.
didn't search it.
Yeah, I did.
Well, he didn't hear you search.
You didn't
I
search hard.
scooped all the sand.
That's
He
not.
just has like
Tell him.
a handful
Tell
of sand.
Steven, the
See,
DM.
that's what I'm
The
thinking.
DM.
Are you digging into it?
What
You
if
Yeah,
dig
I'm
into your
like,
own
scooping
head?
the shit out.
Alright, so you're scooping actual sand out of your eye sockets.
Oh shit! You're gonna kill yourself.
That's fine.
That's your brain.
But
power.
you're not getting a headache or anything. You're just pulling sand out, and you put your hand in one more time, and it feels warm. It feels kind of like
He goes a space heater. What a lucky piece of shit.
it feels warm. It
I only
feels
got a magic
like
rock.
it feels like the beach kind of. It feels like the air on the beach. And you,
Like the underside of a ball sack.
yes. It feels like the underside of a ball sack. No. It just feels like it just feels like a warm beach air.
You know this.
When you reach in there a bit more, and you feel a handle. You feel a handle, and you pull it out. I guess you pull it out, and it breaks the back. As you pull it out, it breaks. You have to pull it out, and it breaks the other end of your nose, like the back side of the bridge of your nose breaks, and you pull the whole hilt out, and it's just this hilt.
Just like the hilt of like,
Hey.
They're putting together the
Like
sword.
the-
Faceless.
Hey.
What you got there?
looks like a hilt. To
And
me.
then you're gonna
She
have
got
another
blade.
part. You're gonna have
Rip it
the other
off.
helix.
Go!
I like how all you guys have sword pieces, and I'm just like,
I don't
wow.
Eyeball! Yeah!
What do I get? I'm digging.
Okay.
Nothing.
You get nothing.
That sounds about right.
David finds
He
empty.
pulls out his fingers and then
Just like my soul.
moist or something.
Okay. He sticks his fingers in, and his stone head
What class are you,
moans.
David? Are you a bard?
Yeah.
Okay.
I find a nasty flute. All rusty, covered in shit.
You
You don't know the shit's new, but you don't know why.
Because I have a shit for brains.
Hey.
David, you reach in there, and for a while it feels like just like empty space. Hold on a second. And you feel a really thick book. And you pull it out,
David's gonna
I'm
learn
smarter
something.
than we all thought.
and you pull it out, and like Connor's statue, it breaks the back of the bridge of your nose,
Ow.
and you look at the front cover. You have dark vision, right?
Yeah.
You look at the front cover,
Ah.
and the words on the front cover are moving.
That's great. I'm
Just
already
says nigger
dyslexic.
time,
Steven.
and it's changing.
No, no, no.
Well,
It's
I
like-
get my
it's
D's
like
and
the
B's
words
messed up,
are
and I just
moving
can't
with time.
read a lot.
Like the words move with time.
Is it saying different forms of nigger?
No.
Nigger time. Nigger
Different
or
languages.
It's
Niggly. Niggler.
and
speaking the language of the
eventually
gods.
all these letters just kind of stop, and then at once they stop, and they all read together. They read, "Open the book."
I guess
You
I'll
can't tell
open
me
the
what
book.
to do.
You can't
Oh,
tell
I
me
was
what
gonna, but now I'm not gonna.
I
And
wanted to, but
when you
fuck
open the book, you feel this kind of like what happened to Jeremiah in the woods that I described to you. It pulls you out of your body, but your body doesn't fall. You can just see yourself reading the book, and you turn around, and there's this spirit apparition looking at you, and he just kind of like
Sanity
touches
bar.
your forehead, and you feel this rush of knowledge come over you, and he, you know what? He pulls out a ukulele,
Yes!
and he goes, he just starts strumming on it, like, ding, ding, ding,
No, no.
ding, ding, da-da-da-da-da-da.
No, that's Pirates of the Caribbean. I was trying to do 21 Pilots, We Don't Believe What's on TV.
Ding, 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 ding,
I can play that.
ding, ding,
Oh, wait, no.
ding, and then you're like,
No, not for you.
what the fuck? And then
Not
you-
for you.
it throws you back into your body, and it feels like no time has passed in the real world at all, and your charisma score increases by 2.
Charisma or intelligence?
Charisma.
Okay.
Honestly, bro, you could do big bard time in real life.
Yo,
I had to give
you still playing the guitar?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I
dude,
played it
how's that
today.
How's it going?
I'm getting.
Dodge. Your
I haven't learned
Your
the new songs,
statue
I'm getting
kinda
better
like-
at the ones that I do.
Amazing
its
Grace.
stone breaks
Yeah,
in the same
and
way it
Stand
did
By Me,
at
the part
the
that I-
Right.
at the first church, at the ruined church, and instead of breaking out and dissipating like they did at the church,
Gotta get you to play that for Kaylee.
it breaks in the black mass of the same thing that happened to
The other.
Gabe. No, the black mass that came out of Gabe's shadow comes out of that that carcass, that stone, but it doesn't attack you.
The other day we were
Instead, you hear it in your own head, and it says, "You've brought me from the darkness, so I will lead you to the light." And it says it tells your character to turn around, so you're gonna do it. So your character is gonna turn around, and your character watches as these walls once again silently shift around, and it just leads to an open corridor of marble shifting and pushing dirt aside, and it goes out of the mountain.
This is not the appropriate song, by the way.
So there's your way out.
I'm gonna be like, hey,
Do we see
Do we
it?
see it? Yeah, wait.
Yeah, you see the. You guys, I don't know if you were paying attention. Were you at all? Yeah, it was kind of cool, but
Sorry.
I'm gonna say, can I request your name?
yeah, he says that his name is Sam.
Hi, Sam.
It's pretty generic.
His name
That's
is,
right.
you want to know why? Because his name is Sam.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You knew her? I did.
Her name is Sam. And you guys missed it.
Guy's got some pretty
Dodge.
nice tits.
the Dodge is like, those are nice tits. Dodge's character said to Dodge, "You led me out of the darkness, so I will lead you to the light." And it says turn around, so Dodge's character turns around, and the walls silently shift, and marble pushes dirt aside, and it's just a marble path toward the light at the other end, which leads outside.
Let's fucking go, guys.
I'm just gonna have so many names by the end of this shit. So far, I've got 3.
Wait,
I've
the
got
book though, is there like more to it, or is it just like
No, when you look at the book again after you get pulled out, there are no words. They're
How
not.
many pages are there? Like a lot of pages, just no words.
It's like this thick, and
David's
they're-
like,
yeah.
oh
and
my
they're
god,
all
maybe I'm
blank.
smarter than I thought.
When you
Yo,
looked
that
at it,
makes 6
when you looked at it
dollars.
before and you opened it, the words were moving and every page was full. But as you look at it now, the book is
about
blank.
anything, and the cover is blank as well.
What's the
Do I obtain any
to
like,
write down everything he
words
knows?
from like
What do you think shit right now?
specific, understandable knowledge from that, or just knowledge undecipherable right now?
Your character knows that it was a book written by one of the greatest bards known to the Trinan realm.
That's good shit.
That you
But as you look at it now, there's nothing to read. It's a blank book.
Big spooky.
David grabs a pen, writes nigger in it, and puts it back.
That was nice. David's real character
Just draws
now
it
forever
big.
just thinks the word nigger.
David's character.
That's like me in real life.
And everyone
How'd
gets
your day go today? Nigga.
500 experience.
Nigga. 500 X. Wait, what does that put us
That's
at?
a level
Are we
up,
calling it
I
for the
believe.
Nah.
And yep, you guys
It is a level up, actually.
For Gabe.
follow.
Doesn't that put us at
taking a nap.
800?
Oh,
For
yeah.
Gabe!
Yeah, for Gabe, not
Oh.
us. We only
And
got
him.
Shit,
800.
sorry guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yo,
We're leveling.
That's
eat shit
Okay.
and die.
Okay, I just won't suck your dick
Actually,
anymore.
Dodge, you know what?
I don't need you.
Your character, Dodge, because of what you.
What the fuck?
The whole has taken many.
Like 2 or 4 times.
Dodge, do you think your character would be kind of like touched if it were to help itself and be like, yeah, Okay, you can level up too.
Yeah, 9.
David,
I'm
I gave
gonna
you.
level
I
up
literally
close.
gave
I
you
don't
2
wanna
charisma
level up.
points.
I just
so
rolled
that's your level.
another max health, dude.
Next.
Well, I mean, not your actual level up, but that's your
You don't
equivalent
get
to what
shit.
they're
I'm good
Next session
right
you can level
now,
up.
brother.
And we'll call it there.
It's fine, I'm not that.
So when we come back next week,
I get fucking spelled.
we'll see what you guys want to do.
Alright, and bet. Let's see how much.
Have a good night,
I have a
viewers.
list.